Good day, my year 7 students. You're welcome to another review lesson. I remain your ICT teacher, Mr. Paul Ubandire. Recall last time we reviewed a lesson on this platform. Our topic was electronic spreadsheet. And the objective of our lesson, our review lesson, was to state the purpose of electronic spreadsheets, their uses, who most likely will be using them. Today, we shall be reviewing the same topic, but with another objective in mind. We shall be looking at the parts of a typical electronic spreadsheet. Okay, um, let's get started. Before us here is a typical spreadsheet program, Microsoft Excel software. A spreadsheet, Microsoft spreadsheet file is usually referred to as a workbook. Workbooks are made up of worksheets. And the worksheet can be likened to the pages of your word processor like Microsoft Word. So you could keep different types of data on different pages of different worksheets. Okay, the worksheet, on the other hand, is made up of grid lines, as you can see before us. The grid lines will have the vertical sections of the grid lines called the column. Columns are labeled with letters. The current highlighted column is column D. There are other columns. We have column A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, and so on. Up from this, you have the row. The row is the horizontal section of this worksheet. It is labeled with numbers. The current highlighted row is row 4. We also have row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Then, of course, we have a cell. Cell is the square, little square you see on your screen. It is the point of interjection between a row, a column, and a row. For example, column E and row 4 have that box area as a common place they meet. That point is called a cell. So a cell is the basic unit of the work area on the worksheet. And then cells are identified by the column letter and the row number. In this case, you have column E, row 3. That is called a cell reference. So we have column E, row 4. That is the cell reference or cell address of this cell. You also have active cells. Active cells, this cell that are currently clicked on or that is currently clicked on is called the active cell. It has a thick black line around it. And that exactly tells you that this is the only cell where you can type in data at any given time. When you move this box to another cell, it means you are able to type on the new cell where the box is. So that is an active cell. Then we also have other things, other very important part of the spreadsheet. Talking about the data items, you have on the spreadsheet model, the label. Label is a piece of text that you add to a spreadsheet to help describe the number. For example, in cell A1, you have the item, the text item to buy. In cell B1, you have the text number to buy. In cell C1, you have the text price. Now, each of these text items are referred to as label. There are other labels on this worksheet. You have loaf of bread, pint of milk, block of cheese, box of eggs, packet of cakes, can of coke. All these are text. Now, texts are important in a spreadsheet model because they tell us exactly what the numbers represent. For example, if I take out this text, I will be left with only numbers. It will be difficult to understand what the number in cell B2 represents. It actually represents the number of loaves of bread to buy. How do I know? By the labels. Now, what do you think the number 1 in cell B5 represents? It represents the number of boxes of eggs to buy. Exactly. Now, another very important data item that makes up the part of the spreadsheet are values. Value is a number that you type into a spreadsheet. It's a number that you already know. For example, you have the prices. You have the price of each of the items. They are numbers, though they are formatted as prices. They are numbers. Numbers can also be formatted as percentages, okay? And they can be as integers, as you see in the case of numbers of items to buy. Okay, so the block area is what we call the numbers. But let's have a short piece. Okay, let's see if we can identify the cell references in this spreadsheet. So our task is to put Scooby, our first task is to put Scooby in cell B4. Okay, let's see. Can you write down where Scooby should be? What column? Column B, row 4. Okay. Let's see. Right, let's try another. Next question. Put Bart in cell G9. Can you write down or point exactly where G9 is? Right, points. Better. That should be somewhere here, right? Good. Let's confirm that. Ay, caramba! Wow. Okay, put ball in cell H6. H6 should be column H, row 6. That should be somewhere here, right? Okay, did you get that? Let's see. What's up, Doc? All right. Next question. Put Homer in cell C9. That's column C, row 9. Okay, that should be somewhere here, right? Okay, let's check that out.
Well, this computer hacking is making me.
Okay, the next one. Put Buzz in cell I3. That should be somewhere here, right? By the way, what do you think Buzz will say? Yeah? I can hear you. What do you think Buzz will say? All right, let's see if you're right.
To infinity and beyond.
Great. Now, Recall that in each of these tasks quiz um, that we've just gone through, the cell references start by referencing the column, letter, and the roll number, and not the other way around. Not roll number and column. If you do that, you get it wrong. Okay, good. So we have come to the end of today's review. Our next lesson, we shall be looking at the same topic, but our objective will be to create a simple spreadsheet model. Till I come your way next review, let's